Hi, my name is Kevin Zhu,
My name is Hugo Savoya.
and we're the co-founders of EventPal, and this is our final presentation.
So our objective for this venture project was to improve campus life for students because Berkeley is a very large university and new students can easily feel lost. Because both of us are very new to the Bay Area and to Berkeley ecosystem because I come from France.
I'm from Canada.
Yeah, so we were initially very lost and confused when we arrived this, and more especially with the party culture. So our first idea was to improve party culture by integrating technological tools to this.
So our initial idea was PartyPal, which was an app to connect partiers to party hosts. This would provide information on party times and locations, and also safety and contact information for the attendees during the party. Also, party hosts could sell tickets for their parties through our app.
Yeah, and so we decided to pivot after we had some struggles with the first ideas. So indeed, safety wasn't a major concern for partiers, and party hosts already have channels and safety frameworks. So the problem that was existing with the current system was not a real pain. So there was no point to reform this. It was also really hard to generate revenue because the market was so small and hardly scalable. So finally, we just concluded that party culture, especially in America, which is very typical, was unwilling to change because of exclusivity. So we just changed our ID.
So in the end, we pivoted to our new idea, which is now EventPal. So EventPal is a mobile app that aggregates event information from around an area. Right now, we're focusing in on universities, and so present a centralized platform for events for their users and provide curated lists of events that the user can reject, helping the app learn more about the user and give better suggestions. Also, EventPal offers event hosts an avenue to promote their events and help them gauge the level of interest in the events they are hosting.
So here is our business model canvas that we went through hypothesis testing. So you can look in detail more of this. So the key learnings for our update one was that interviewees wanted to party more than they are currently, and that they are often rejected from parties and had no backup plan. So we just found that this was a good sign for our first venture.
So, however, from the first update, we learned there's those struggles we faced, that it was difficult to adapt the app to the current party culture, where it was very exclusive. Our app would help make it more accessible, which was somehow bad. Also, it was hard to contact decision makers of party hosting organizations like the co-op leaders or frat event hosters. Additionally, safety was of little concern to partiers from our interviews. And since safety was unimportant to them, a large part of our value proposition was useless. So this gave us a big red flag about continuing with our venture.
Yeah, and especially moreover, we identified that major problems were not pains at all in the party culture, like safety or even acquiring a major bid for a major house that you wanted to. So our solution for addressing safety concerns was a bit ineffective and reluctant. And finally, we really emphasized on this, but we found out that the party culture in America was really rigid and unwilling to change. So a pivot was necessary to continue our journey.
So this was when we decided to pivot to EventPal. So from the fifth update, we skipped over the third and fourth because I think the fifth has more value for this overall presentation. We learned that interviewees already use Facebook to find events, even though it is very bulky and contains a lot of unnecessary information. However, Facebook is so well established that we had to overcome that. Additionally, one interviewee told us that they viewed email as more professional and customizable, even though they're more inefficient compared to an app like ours. Also, they told us that Facebook can be distracting, even though, and also waste time when originally its purpose was to help people save time, or at least for some people.
And the struggles we get from this update, which was really, I think, the most valuable for our journey, so among all the others. So I think that, the struggles we get were that clubs in foreign countries are really hard to locate and to contact, as we just have overall one Encore University over that is in France, and the other one we didn't study it in this university, so it was hard to contact club when you are not so part of the community of the university. and also the test that we did deemed to be inconclusive due to only a few international clubs being contacted.
Just to clarify, the test we did that week was to try to see our international scalability by sending surveys to international clubs.
For our MVP, so this, you have a picture here of what we sent. So we basically sent weekly emails to a group of 20 participants that were selected among students. At this time, the connections we made through the customer interview were really valuable because it was easy to find a set of participants that wanted to take part into the experiment. So we first asked them through a Google form their preference for events and also some major information about them, like major, their age and so on. Each email has a personalized list of events that was fitting best the interest of each participant of the survey. And finally, through the MVP, we learned that students were also really eager to receive a personalized list of events, but that our approach should be more handy and ergonomic, and we found out that the best approach for college students was a mobile app.
So some of the overall struggles we faced throughout our journey was, the main one was clubs were not easy to contact as potential users, since often our emails were unanswered or even unopened, and it was hard to contact decision makers of event hosting organizations because that information is not public and it's hard to find. Lastly, surveys were difficult to conduct even when we added incentives because it was still a lot of work to fill out questions.
Yeah, to conclude for the final thought, we think actually that having an MVP, a pitch deck, a marketing video, a landing page and an executive summary gives us a lot of confidence in pursuing this vending further, and that our journey over the last semester has been very enriching because we're excited now to apply the lessons on the concept we learned in class to future ideas and future projects, and even this one in the closer future.
And before we end this video, we would like to thank our GSI, Daniel, for his guidance and mentorship throughout the semester. He was always accessible and easy to talk to. Also, Professor McDaniel for having such an engaging class with interesting lectures and providing us with invaluable knowledge and skills. Thank you.
Thank you.